Owning a fed ship is a rare privilege, and this is one of the rarest fed ships of them all. This is the 26-metre YachtFish Catch, and this is what happens when a Dutch super yacht builder tries its hand at building a Sportsfisher. Back in 1984, a Roybovich owner decided he wanted Feadship to build a Sportsfisher. They said, we can't build you one, but we can build you two. So we commissioned two, and this is the first one. And since then, she's had $20 million spent on her in refit, most recently in 2023. So she's looking better than ever. And we're going to give you a full walkthrough of one of the coolest boats at the Palm Beach Boat Show. She's also currently for sale with Worth Avenue Yachts. If you're interested, look at the link in the description. I'm Jack Haines. You're watching YachtBuyer. If you want to see interesting yachts like this, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit subscribe to the bell icon, and you'll never miss one of our tours. Now, it wouldn't be a Sportsfisher without a big, long, wide open bow. And one of the major changes they made when they sent it back to Feadship in 2023 was to place this white deck with the teak. And it looks absolutely amazing. The contrast between the teak planking and the beautiful varnished wood that leads into these gorgeous stainless steel fair leads, it is just the Feadship touch all over. And you might be thinking, well, that does look lovely, but isn't it a bit of a waste of space? Well, they can put some shade up here and put bean bags and sunbeds down, so you can use it as a bit of a living space. But this is the whole point of this boat. It's designed to have this profile. It's probably got the most recognizable profile, apart from Kensho, in this entire show. Right, let's head back to the cockpit. She's a Sportsfisher with a difference, hence the phrase YachtFish, because you still have the fishing focus stuff, but this is also a leisure area, which isn't always the case on yachts of this style. So you have things like the bait wells, split bait well here in the transom. The top of the transom has been completely redone back in 2023. In fact, for that part of the refit, it went back over to the Netherlands to Feadship to do this sort of stuff. The decking on the bow, and some interior bits as well, which I'll point later on. So she is looking absolutely lovely. But the thing is, where the fighting chair can go, because you can probably see from the design of the table leg that a fighting chair will fit in there, you can remove that and put a tabletop here instead, and then you have somewhere to sit outside and dine. And they have got some covers that can come out and provide some shade if you're dining or if you're fishing. What else have we got? Well, we've got a nice big cooler here, so your cold drinks are always to hand. Rod holder, of course. Steps into the cockpit, it's always very handy. You know, it's a very high transom, so easy that you can step over the side of the boat and down to the cockpit so easily. And then this is a really nice part of the design. Typical Sportsfisher, because you need somewhere where you can sit and spectate if you don't want to be involved in the fishing, but it's also a really nice place just to sit and relax in the shade. You're high up, you're protected by the wheelhouse. When you're blasting along at 21 knots, you can still be out here and be very comfortable. They've got some information screens up here so you can see speed and depth and that sort of thing. See exactly what's going on around you. And there are a few more facilities out here. And look at this woodwork as well. I don't know how I've glossed straight over that. Gloss teak, absolutely immaculate. And then underneath these tops, we have a fridge and a sink. And then inside, well, things get even better. Let's go. Inside the saloon, this is where some of the work that Feadship did in the refit happened, and a lot of the stuff was doing things like upholstery, soft furnishings, tabletops, addressing some of this cabinetry as well. So it feels fresh and modern. It's lovely and bright as well, and you know, it may be a boat from 1984, but you've got modern conveniences. I can feel the air conditioning blowing away here. There's a television that drops down from behind here to opposite this sofa, so you've got lounging on this side, dining table over on this side, and a theme here is hiding everything away when it's not in use. We're going to see that up in the bridge, but it's exemplified by the galley. And you're probably going, what galley? Well, everything is hidden away under covers, so you can reveal the hob, you can reveal the sink, we've got cooling space underneath here, even the oven is hidden away. I can find the right switch, so that will pop up when you use it, and you can just hide it away when you're done with the cooking, and then pull these back and it's all seamlessly hidden away. It's lovely, and for a boat that, as I said, is often going out for a couple of days at a time, not much involved galley work, it means it doesn't dominate the space, but you've got it here when you need it. Right, let's head to the bridge. Now up here at the bridge, which is pretty novel in and of itself, well, that cleanliness theme comes back again, because you're going, where is everything? Well, again, you have to unveil it all. So slide these away and you find some switches, a couple of which bring up the two consoles, pair of MFDs on each. Nice big MFDs as well, considering they have to fit inside those boxes and drop down. So up pop them. There's more on this side. I love that it's a proper process to get this thing going. A couple more things to do. I'm going to forget a couple. Note one here. Switch panel down there in front of your knees. But it's quite good that that pops away because it's in front of the helm chair. And then if you want your dials, they pop out of there. Isn't that just absolutely lovely? And then what a helm position. I mean, look at that. Real Sportsfisher style with the split throttles, straight shafts. You've got a bow thruster, of course, and what a view. I can just see that bow there. Semi-displacement hull, aluminium build. She will really plough through anything, to be honest. She's cruising at about 21 knots, cruising range of 600 nautical miles, but this is such a commanding position, and it's nice that they've put this up here, because obviously when you're sitting back in the chair, you're quite a long way from the throttles, but you've got controls for the MFDs, and you've got autopilot here, so you can steer the boat from up here. And this is great, those screens just above the windscreen, right in your eye line, course over ground, depth and speed, really easy to see, and then everything else split across this section here. What a fantastic helm position. It's awesome. Right, let's look elsewhere on the bridge before I get too carried away with driving it. Seating space here, so guests can sit either side of the captain's chair and enjoy the ride, but you're probably going to want to be further forward, because this is a fantastic bit of design. This bench here, forward of the helm, you're right forward next to the windscreen, taking in the views, sitting up high, be very, very quiet as well, of course. I keep going back to the Feadship quality. That's going to really affect things like NVH. So yes, you're detached from the engines up here, you're a long way up, but even down below, according to the captain, it's really lovely and quiet as well. It would be quite an experience to be cruising along on catch. Let's have a look out back. Now, it's not an enormous space out here, but it has a couple of functions. It's a very nice place to sit and catch the breeze. Again, another nice spot to sit when the boat's moving along, because you have a great view watching the wash peeling out the back of the boat, but you're high up and well protected by this area, so you've got a couple of sofas of that. And then this is a pretty important place for the captain as well, because he's unlikely to want to do the docking from in there, so he has wing stations on both sides, and actually this gives you a great perspective right up against the side of the boat. I can see almost the point of the bow. Great for looking down there as well. If you are fishing, this is a great position to be in, but more importantly, if you're manoeuvring, you've got a great view at the back end of the boat. Let's go and have a look at the accommodation, shall we? Okay, in the lower deck of Catch, there are 4 cabins. You've got a pair of bunk cabins, a twin over on this side, and then the owner's cabin is actually right forward. But we're going to start here because we have the day head right by the companionway, which is pretty useful, and it's a good size as well. Separate shower cubicle in here, and that is opposite the bunk cabin. The engineer is actually using this at the moment, but yeah, you can see the space you've got in here. A couple of bunks. There's a nice desk over on this side as well. Big storage room in there, and then on the opposite side, you have the first proper guest cabin, a twin down here. This is nice. Lots of headroom in this cabin, and a nice big skylight, so natural light's pretty good. You've got a window behind the curtain as well. You see all the storage arranged up here, but on top of that, you have storage in there with the good stuff in it. The other thing about this cabin is there's a Pullman up there, so you can drop a bunk down to sleep 3 in this cabin, and this one does have a totally private bathroom. Love the flooring in here. Of course, Feadship quality extends all the way down to the flooring in the bathrooms. It does look and feel absolutely lovely. And then if we carry on forward, see the passageway, there's a couple more cabins down here. On the starboard side, this was actually put in the 2023 refit, and this is actually the cabin that the crew most usually use. You can see it's a little bit smaller, but you've still got a pair of bunks and a bit of storage behind me. I like their lights as well. These are quite smart, a bit more modern. But yeah, a little bit of light from the porthole over there. And then right forward, we come to the owner's cabin. Now really, this boat is generally not slept on for long periods of time, to be quite honest. It's used as a very big, very lavish day boat, but as the owner especially, you've got a very nice place to retire to if you want to. And look at the size of the deck hatch. I mean, we're underneath that enormous bow, so of course they've got a big hatch here pouring natural light down, which you need because you haven't got portholes on either side, but you can really pick up the quality of the woodwork here. It is just beautiful, and this is some of the stuff that they've modernized in the most recent refit as well. So modern materials behind the bed, some improved lighting, you've got the lamps as well, iPads dotted around for AV and control of the lighting, etc. TV mounted up on the wall, big storage on either side, and then in the lobby, when you first come in, there's a little bureau area, and then this is the owner's bathroom. So this is another really nice space, plenty of room in here. It's quite a long room with the shower cubicle forward, and again you've got these really nice vanity units with plenty of storage underneath and above. It's all very, very tastefully done. Okay, let's head to the engine room. This is the engine room access that I mentioned at the start of the tour. Let's go down and have a look. Right, in we come then. A Feadship engine room is usually a pretty good place to be. These are the pair of MTUs. I'm not sure I mentioned the horsepower up at the Helm. Two 1800 horsepower engines to be exact, and these were fitted during the original refit back in 2007. Meaty engines these, hence the performance, but they're also keeping a close eye on refinement. You know, they're mounted on flexible couplings, there's thrust bearings on each shaft as well, so they're trying to reduce the amount of vibration, resonance, make her a really quiet, comfortable cruiser. She's got two wing tanks and a central tank, fuel polishing built in, so all of the fuel going into the engines has been cleaned before it gets in there. You can see you've got triple filters down here. The generators are on either side. Two of those, of course, very, very easy to get to and maintain as well. There's a water maker on board. It's, well, just as well executed as you expect it to be inside a Feadship. Feadship building a Sportsfisher is similar to Rolls-Royce building a pickup truck. Utilitarian, but built to the highest possible standards. And sure, Catch is a pretty unique use case, but she is unique. That is the whole point. To own this is to own something very, very special indeed. And you know what? Sometimes in the world of boats, it's okay to buy something just because it's very, very cool. And if you want to buy it, you can, because she's on the market with Worth Avenue Yachts. I'll put more information in the description to this video. Thank you very much for watching that tour of Catch. I hope you enjoyed it. I really enjoyed filming this one for you. Give us a like if you did. And remember to subscribe if you've not done so already. And if you like refits, if you like boats with a story, go and have a look at our video of Marala. She's stunning. We'll put that up there. Thanks again for watching. I'm Jack Haines. This is YachtBuyer.